What we are looking at is Ben Jonson's works published in 1616 as the first folio to contain drama, to contain plays.
Yeah, he was the first person to do it,
The very
wasn't
first one to do it.
Yes.
And as such, inspiration for Shakespeare's first
so
folio.
Shakespeare followed on after him. And did I read that Shakespeare actually took part in played a part in one of his plays?
Quite a few.
Yeah,
quite a few. And this is the evidence, probably the firmest evidence that Shakespeare was performing.
Yeah.
I think, of course, Ben Jonson was an actor, but not a very good one.
Oh dear.
And
was
he
Shakespeare
probably knew
better?
it. It's hard to tell. I would like to know. So this is his major achievement, published in 1616, and he made the selection combining 9 plays with his poetry and with his masques. And he opens the volume with Every Man in His Humour, and it is performed by the Lord Chamberlain's servant. So that's Shakespeare's company.
Oh, so they were called the Lord Chamberlains.
At first,
Yeah.
so until James I's accession, 1603, when they became the King's Men. So this is 1598, and this is his breakthrough. So he's putting it as the very first play in the volume because he made it. That was a huge success, a roaring success. And there are the players.
Goodness me, that is extraordinary. Will Shakespeare? Do we know anything more about all the others?
Well,
Will Sly?
I don't know much about Sly, but Burbage was, of course, the most talented, the chief actor, or as far as tragedy goes. And William Kemp was the big comedian. It's interesting they're playing side by side in a comedy. And here are Condell and Hemmings, who produced the first folio for Shakespeare's plays.
And no women, of course.
No women in those days. But
They
we will
played
come,
every part.
We will come to a very important masque where women did play, and no less than Queen Anne of Denmark herself. So Ben Jonson continued with his plays, comedies, tragedies, Sejanus, 1603, The Accession of James I, again played by the same Shakespeare company, and here they are, His Majesties already, no longer the Lord Chamberlain.
This is extraordinary.
And
So
again, we see Burbage.
yes,
and Shakespeare.
Shakespeare still playing away.
This is the last
This is
evidence we have of Shakespeare performing.
performance. He gave up after that. Or did he take to
probably
writing?
became
then?
too important as an author, and he didn't have to act.
Yeah.
And he had very talented actors in the company. Volpone, another major play, and The Alchemist. So all the great successes. But another really crucial point was 1605, when Ben Jonson wrote a masque for Queen Anne of Denmark. It was performed in Whitehall, and the Queen, with her ladies-in-waiting, appeared in a massive scallop shell, which was driven on stage by a mobile wave.
A mobile wave. How extraordinary.
Designed
and so
by
that was
Inigo
the
Jones.
first time that women had appeared on stage.
They continued to perform.
Yeah.
They continued to perform in plays. Both her ladies-in-waitings and the Queen would appear in masks.
Yeah.
And Inigo Jones was designing all the stage effects.
Riveting. Did he design the wave?
The wave, the stage designs, probably the costumes, the props. They had a partnership going, Jonson and Jones, for a while, and then they fell out, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
Ben Jonson had a very, very checkered life and difficult, quite poor upbringing, but he was fortunate to go to Westminster College and get very good education, and from there on he just kept
Then
up
he
with
started
it.
writing.
Yes, he was an autodidact in many ways.
Yeah.
But many of the plays are dedicated either to his main tutor in college or to his greatest patrons. But he was a soldier. He was. He went to prison. He was in and out of prison.
Did he? Why did he
few
go to
times.
prison? For not paying his debt? Was it a debtor's jail?
No, the first time around, he unfortunately killed another actor in a duel. He was very young.
Oh dear.
The second time was related to the gunpowder plot, because he had dined in October 1605. He had dined with some of the chief organizers of the gunpowder plot. So he got embroiled in that.
He seemed to have a sort of nose for trouble.
He did. He did.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Stella, for showing me that. It's marvellous, isn't it?